Hola, Bashar.
And you good day.
Good day. Um, I was wondering about physical body
Physical body
pain and
pain, yes,
chronic
yes,
pain for a long time. And
yes. Well, again, to begin with, even though we understand that there can be physiological reasons for such things, even in the creation of a situation that would bring about a physiological reason for pain, still fundamentally, energetically speaking, usually pain is the result of resisting the natural self.
is it so? I have been investigating in my beliefs to see where the root of the pain and the chronic pain.
Yes,
If the pain is still there, is it that I haven't got to the core belief of it?
sometimes it depends on the reasons for why you might be creating that experience. Sometimes individuals will create painful experiences, not even necessarily because of something they need to learn, but of what it will do for other people they are interacting with in allowing them to be of assistance to you. It depends upon the reasons for why it was created. It can always be a learning tool for you, but it might also have a broader application for other people in your life as well. It depends. You have to take it on a case by case basis, as you say. But generally speaking, to answer your question more directly, in most cases of self generated pain due to resistance of the natural self, if the pain persists, it is usually, not always, but usually an indication that you haven't yet, yes, arrived at the core fundamental belief.
And does the physical body has a different energy timing of healing, or like, sorry,
It
I got
can, again, it
like,
depends upon the reasons for why
okay.
the experience was created and thus how you may be connecting that experience to the timing of other events in your life as to when would be the best time to serve everyone involved for the situation to change.
I have been exploring in it, and it resounded what you said at last, that I have seen core belief, but it has helped others
All right.
for me to relate to them
Then you
in.
see that's another reason why you may be generating that, because if you've been taught to believe that you have to strongly identify with others in order to help them in certain circumstances,
Yeah.
many people may take upon themselves the idea of discomfort and pain in order to have the knowledge and the experience they need to be able to relate to others and tell them what they need to do. Now, you can get to a point where you can realize that you don't necessarily need to do it that way, but that may be one reason why people do those things and take those things upon themselves, is so they can have the experience they need to help others.
I'm at
In a
that
sense,
point.
it's not
Sorry.
too dissimilar from the idea of what we always do when we contact another civilization. And that is, we usually have at least one incarnation in that civilization. We usually have at least one life that we live in that civilization so that we can relate to you. Otherwise, in a sense, we would be far too alien to each other if we didn't have those memories to rely on. So we put ourselves in situations, in a variety of situations, some of which may not always be what you would call pleasant, because it is important for us to understand the perspectives from which that civilization is coming and what they are experiencing in order for us to be able to communicate with them effectively.
And would it be at my decision or my call to say I don't need this to relate to others, or and I can
Yes,
keep
yes, absolutely.
affecting on them or affecting them?
Yes, because again, the idea is that if you understand that you have chosen it simply because you may believe there is no other way to relate to them, but if you can allow your belief system to find another way to relate without necessarily inflicting the pain on yourself, then yes, of course, you can change it.
Okay. Can
Does
I?
that help you?
It does.
All
Thank
right.
thank you.
In your imagination, now, what other ways might you imagine you can learn to relate to people without necessarily experiencing it in a painful way?
I actually have been practicing
At
um
what? Piano?
in just shining.
Shining.
Like shining meaning just being me, and it has been having an effect on people. And
Is it lessening the pain?
sorry?
Is the pain any less?
I don't know. It's hangs there. That's why I'm in a point where I think I'm in the verge. No, how you say, in the
On the verge.
on the verge of going beyond it. I'm on that
All right.
on thing that I think I have discovered a lot of things this year through
Yes.
pain and
All
through
right.
how we
May I
call.
ask if there is some specific thing that is representative of your excitement that you are not doing?
Uh,
Some dream that you are not living that you would rather be living?
I think I'm walking it right now. Finally,
All
and
right.
I'm feeling better with not caring about what other things of what I'm doing
All right.
because it doesn't match very well with modern
All right.
society and stuff.
All right. Well, very good.
So
Then you may be on the road to healing yourself in that way.
I hope so.
You what?
I know so.
Thank you.
I have
Does that help you?
yeah, everything you have said always
All
helps
right.
me.
And
uh, is it true in your kind, or I don't know how to express, but
on my
that
world,
in your world that the food that you eat,
we don't eat.
well, not like the food that we eat,
We don't eat at all anymore.
no, but like meaning I want to see. Okay, I will reformulate my question.
All right.
Um, does the food vibrancy will affect your own vibration? Like if I eat more organic, healthy stuff that I know it
In
helps me.
general, yes, it is representative of the collective consciousness agreement that, in some senses, the higher vibration of the nutrients you ingest, the more compatible it will be with your natural frequency. This is not necessarily absolutely true all the time for everyone. You have to pay attention to your body consciousness and allow yourself to know what your belief system is at any given moment and do the things that are truly representative of what will sustain you. At the same time, as a generalized truth, yes, you will find that the more you are in alignment with your true vibration, the less likely it will be that you will have the urge to eat things that are out of alignment with that frequency. And
Makes
you can
sense.
work it in the other direction if you wish, but there's no sense in forcing
Yeah.
spirituality if that's not what your body consciousness is telling you that you need, because that would be an oxymoron.
Yeah, that haven't worked for me.
Yes, all right.
Forcing doesn't work.
But just pay attention to the idea of why it is you choose to eat what you eat. Because sometimes you may think you're acting on your excitement when in fact you may be fooling yourself and acting out of your anxiety and covering it up and pretending it's excitement so you don't have to look at it.
Yeah, I caught that one already.
All right, well, very good.
And my last question
Yes,
is about, does it ascension or changing from one dimension to another, or all this shift from 2012 on, and
yes,
does it
yes.
have any effects on the physical body?
Of course it does.
Like,
But the idea, again, is to look at it from this perspective. You are shifting from parallel reality to parallel reality, from one version of Earth to another, literally billions of times per second.
yeah,
You never have the same body. You're shifting your consciousness into another body that is already more representative of the change you've made in your frequency of energy. So it's not like you're affecting the body you were in. You're not in that body anymore. Now you're looking through the eyes of another body that's simply more representative of the change you've made within yourself. So, of course, that body is going to be different vibrationally. And so, in a sense, from a linear space time perspective, you could say, well, yes, I've affected the body. But it's not really what's mechanically happening, even though you can make it look like or experience it to be that way as an experience. But just because you're having an experience doesn't mean that that's actually structurally what's happening. Make sense? Did you
yeah,
understand that? Or was that a little confusing?
I did, but I could use some
All right.
reinforcement.
Do you understand the concept that you're actually always shifting from one
Yes,
parallel reality to another?
yes, and I love that.
All right. Well, understand that when I say you're shifting, you're not taking your body with you. Your consciousness is your consciousness. And therefore, it appears in different bodies. You understand?
Yes,
Well, if it appears in another body, that body is not the body that was there a moment ago, yes?
yes.
So if you're appearing in a different body that's now more reflective of the vibrational change you've made in your consciousness, then that body is going to be more representative. It's going to be different than the last body, yes?
Shouldn't hurt less though.
Say that again.
Shouldn't hurt less though.
Should it hurt less?
Yeah,
It
like,
can, if that's more representative of the change you are making, yes.
okay,
Of course.
okay,
Yes?
yes,
But again, drop the expectation.
yeah,
Because if you're not really in touch precisely with why you've created the experience you have, you don't necessarily know exactly what the time frame is for when that experience ought to change to be of best service to you and everyone else. You can simply trust that it will change in whatever direction it needs to change if you have used up the reason that it was there to begin with. Because once you use up the reason for an experience, it doesn't stick around. The only things that stick around are the things you push away. When you use them, invite them in and say, I understand this is here for a reason. Let me see what the reason is. And then you use it for the reason it is there, then it has no reason to continue to stick around. And it will change to something else.
Done,
Yes?
done deal.
Thank you.
I will close with my statement.
Yes.
I'm very grateful for you appearing in my life through YouTube, but you have helped me a lot in reminding my own wisdom and being okay with who I am. So thank you.
You are welcome.